Monkeypox is an illness caused by the monkeypox virus, and it has been detected in Nigeria. It can be spread from person to person through direct contact with body fluids of infected persons or animals. Symptoms of monkeypox includes rash, fever, low energy, muscle ache, and so on. To protect yourself from contracting the virus, ensure that food containing animal meat or parts are properly cooked before eating. Clean and disinfect your environment regularly. Limit close contact with infected people. Your good health is important to us.
This message is from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin.
Sorry for that short break, but we're still in control of the situation. Now the news in detail. Adamawa governor defects to APC. INEC released a new elections timetable for 2027 general elections. Kwara monthly sanitation exercise to hold tomorrow. Moving on to the foreign scene, Pakistan strikes Afghanistan's capital, Kabul. Moving on to the world of sports, Super Falcons continue preparations for WAFCON warm matches. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us for the news on the hour. The Diamond 887 FM. I'm Precious. AFOLABI D. Now the news in detail. Adamawa State Governor Ahmadu Fintiri has defected to ruling All Progressive Congress APC. In a statewide broadcast today, the governor said he decamped with the entire cabinet and all Democratic Party officials, and he said his actions was for the developmental interest of the people of Adamawa State. The defections comes amid highlighted political realignment in the state following the resignations of the Speaker of the Adamawa State House of Assembly and 15 other lawmakers from the People's Democratic Party earlier this week. The lawmaker, in a separate letter addressed to the respective ward chairman, cited the lingering crisis at the national level of the People's Democratic Party and the reason for their decisions to quit the party. The presidential elections will be held on January 16, and according to a revised timetable for the 2027 general election, the National Assembly elections will be on the same day. The timetable and the schedules of activities made available last night by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, put the governorship and the House of Assembly elections for February 6th. The elections date earlier announced by INEC, which the new date supersede the slated and the presidential governorship House of Assembly elections for March 6. However, there were complaints that those dates coincide with Ramadan. In another development, INEC chairman of the Information and Voters Education Committee, Malam Muhammad Kunu Aruna, has announced that the Osun governorship poll has also been shifted from August 8 to August 15, emphasizing the adjustments to the Osun poll timetable. Aruna said that the remaining activities have to conform to the new Election Act. The Kwara State monthly sanitation exercise for the month of February will come up tomorrow, 28th February 2026, between the hours of 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock in the morning. This was contained in a press release that issued from the office of the State Commissioner for Environment, Ajia Nafisat Musabuge. Statement added that there will be no human and vehicular movement between these hours, warning that anyone caught floating government order will be taken to the nearest mobile court for prosecution, which relevant fine and penalty to serve as deterrent. As it joined the residents of the state to utilize the opportunity to clean up their homes, businesses, premises, drainages, and remove any identified sources of health nuisance or hazard to sustain a clean and safe environment in the state. The Economy and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC) has arraigned Mr. Abubakar Malami, SAN, former Attorney General of the Federation (AGF), his wife Asabe Bashir, and son Abdulaziz on money laundering offences. They were arraigned today before Justice Joyce Abdul Malik Joy and the Federal High Court in Abuja, following the rearrangement of the case to the new trial judge. Justice Obiora Egutu had February 12th withdraw from the case shortly after the civil case filed by the FCC was brought to him. The case was formerly before Justice Emeka Nwete, who sat at the vacations judge during the Christmas/New Year break. After the vacation period, the CJ raised the case to Justice Eguto, who had now recused himself before it was rearranged to Justice Abdul Malik. The news is reaching you from Diamond 887 FM. We're going to break now. When we return, we'll bring you the foreign and sport news. Please stay with us. Welcome back from that short break. You're still listening to the news on the hour, reaching you from Diamond 887 FM. Now we move to the foreign scene. Pakistan strikes the Afghanistan capital of Kabul as part of a wave of attack across the country. The Pakistani strikes today came after the Afghan Taliban announced a major offensive against the Pakistani military post near the border. As tensions flare, Pakistan Prime Minister Shari says the country has the full capacity to crush any aggressive ambition, while the Defense Minister Mohammed Asif declares open war on the Afghanistan Taliban. Now moving on to the world of sports, Nigeria Super Falcons has stepped up their preparations for the double-headers friendlies against Cameroon ahead of the next month 2026 Women African Cup of Nations in Morocco. Justin Magudu says continues their training sections at the State Home Sports Hajj Annex UNA as the 20 players take part in the team last training section. Goalkeeper Amachadoze, Osan Osinachi, and Chiwendu were still expected in camp ahead of the friendly matches. The Super Falcons will face Cameroon on Saturday, with the second friendly slated for the next week Tuesday. Both matches will be played at the military stadium, Yaoundé. And with that, we have come to the end of the news on the hour. But before we go, here the recap of the major highlights. Adamawa governor defects to APC. INEC releases new election timetable for 2027 general election. Kwara monthly sanitation exercise to hold tomorrow. Moving on to the foreign scene, Pakistan strikes Afghanistan against the capital Kabul. Moving on to the world of sports, Super Falcons continue preparations for WAFCON warm-up matches. Do you all know on this day, 1999, General Olusegun Obasanjo retired, won the presidential elections, defeating Olufalaye to become Nigeria's second elected president. If you don't know, now you know. Kindly contact Diamond FM for information or happenings around you on this number 0916